Welcome everyone to the latest episode of The Testing Room, where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex, aka The Godfather.
I'm Christian, aka Sudowood45.
I'm Preston, a.k.a. Funkadelic Jedi.
Yeah, welcome back everybody, as we have a brand new episode for you. Christian, I want to say that hoodie you're wearing looks super warm.
It does look very comfy.
So, it is. Also, let me put you all in game real quick. Check this out. That is Costco official.
What a corporate whore.
Yeah.
Costco's got Buc-ee's.
Really.
He's like, I want brands on my chest, dog. Let me get them to you.
It's only two brands, and honestly, they're God's brands. So
Okay,
really,
sorry, I didn't know I was walking past the line of God
tone.
here.
We are not.
There you go.
We are not doing free advertisements until Costco can
Costco
pay
doesn't
us.
need it. That's fine, yeah.
They don't need it.
It's this hoodie is super comfortable, super soft, super warm, and it was just flat out $20.
Hell
So I was
yeah!
like,
That's a
this
fucking
is
hoodie
steal.
price? Fuck yeah.
Right, and now, no. Go. Don't keep your shock, Preston, because you were
I
just
don't
talking
deserve
shit
it.
a
I don't
second
get to have
ago.
one.
No. Yeah, it is. It's very warm. It works because it's fucking very cold right now where
It
Preston
is.
and I are at.
It's like single digits today, or is that tomorrow? One of the two.
That's
You single
tonight.
digits tonight? Yeah, I felt it. I can tell you today, he went halfway through that walk. He's like, bro, I'm done. I'm like, so am I, dog. Let's go. Let's go back home.
Yeah.
We're done with this shit.
I had to run out to the store today, and I did the remote start on my car, and even just the brief thing from the garage to my car, I was like, oh yeah, fuck this.
Mm-hmm.
It's 40s and 50s here. It's slightly rainy today. We were supposed to have our fence installed today, but they couldn't do it because of the rain.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw this weekend we're supposed to have a chance of snow, but it doesn't really snow here, right? It's like a chance of flurries.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. It's getting to be our winter, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Right on.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I think total, we're at like 8 or 9 inches that we've
Holy
had
shit.
over the last few days. Yeah.
Good.
We've had a little over
So it's
10 in Milwaukee, yeah.
It's just
I know
snow
they're close to a
outside.
foot, yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
More this coming
That
weekend,
sounds-
hopefully. Probably.
Yeah, hopefully it does not. No, thank you.
I mean, it's whatever.
We're not supposed to. We're not supposed to get any,
Yeah,
so that might just be a you guys thing.
maybe.
Yeah, I like one good dusting to where like I get to look outside, go like, oh, everything's covered, right? Like an inch or two, but like everything's white, it's pretty, and then like I'm good. That's fine, as long as I don't have to go out in it.
Let melt.
I actually don't mind. I like snow. I like winter. The only time that it sucks is when there's like the accompanying like wind storms that come with them, where it's 30-mile-per-hour winds that take it down. That feels like daggers.
It's
going
5
across
degrees,
the-
or the wind chill's making it feel like -12. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. There was that. What was it? That crazy storm that
A
hit
year or
us.
two ago, yeah.
It was like maybe it was 2 years ago. But yeah, but where Preston and I, we were in like the -20s, -30s.
Due to wind chill. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
I'm so interested to see what's going to happen for us as soccer fans, because MLS put all this like time and money and like rules of like if you're going to have a new soccer stadium, it has to be a soccer specific stadium, which means like it needs to be grass, it needs to be open so the grass can grow. And then we put teams in places like New York City and Minneapolis and Chicago and Toronto and Vancouver. And now we're moving to a winter schedule in a year and a half.
Yeah.
So like England gets snow, but not like the snow that we get, right? Especially in the north. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, like what attendance and stuff is like when fans are like, "No, I'm not going to sit out
Well,
there in that."
I can tell you, it just depends, because I can tell you, like, for other sports, like football, for instance, here, genuinely, people do not give a fuck. Like, they are, that Soldier Field is sold out every weekend, rain,
Sure.
sleet, or snow. Like, they just don't care. So, like, it just depends on...
But a lot
It
of your
depends
teams
on
up
the
there have domes, right? Like Minnesota has a dome, Detroit has a dome. They play
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, but Packers aren't.
Green
and
Bay's
we're
outside.
not.
Yeah, you're outside.
Yeah, and we are not, because we're not cowards. But yeah, I don't know. It just depends. Honestly, it depends on how well the team does too. Like, because with the performance we had this year, where no one was expecting us to make it to the playoffs, and then we did make it to the playoffs, and it was like the whole thing. So I have a feeling that this coming year, people will be like more excited, and so as long as the Chicago Fire are winning, then I think people will show up.
Yeah, and every goal they have has a flamethrower go off every single time they make a goal, so it's going to heat up the place.
Yeah, it'll just encourage them to score more goals. That being said, now if it's out at SeatGeek, the like second stadium out in Bolingbrook or whatever the fuck, wherever it is, or Bridgeview, I don't remember. Either way, that one, no one will show up. I'll just tell you, like, diehard people will be there, but like they couldn't even sell that place out for the playoffs. Like there was still little bits of empty places, and that was for a playoff thing. But the problem is that like a lot of the fans are in the city, and so Soldier Field is easy for them to get to because of public transportation. And there is not public transportation that runs out there. You might be able to get to a bar that's going to do a shuttle service that will go, but even then, you have one shot at that. Like, if you can't get there before that shuttle leaves, because it's a 30, 40-minute drive from inside the city to get there, and you just miss it, and you're screwed. And you're just like, okay, well, I'll just go home and watch it on my Apple TV subscription because...
Wouldn't it technically be warmer there, though? Because, like, I know it's cold everywhere, but, like, Soldier Field is on the water.
Yeah, but the problem is that Soldier Field is very tall and has like huge,
that's fair,
like
that's
walls
fair.
and everything, and so there's a lot of sections of the stadium that get like
blocked,
that aren't as windy, and so it's fine. Whereas the SeatGeek is not like that. You are, whatever weather is happening is hitting you directly in your face. There is no chance that you're escaping that. Like, we went to one cold game there, and Alexa and I were freezing by the end of it, whereas there's been plenty of colder games that we went to, like, you know, like we went to some February, March games at Soldier Field, and it was like night and day. Like, as long as I'm sitting where the wind is like getting blocked from, then I barely even notice it. I'm like, yep, that's cool, I can put my coat on and have some gloves and I'm good to go. But yeah, if you're out at SeatGeek, fuck that. It's gonna suck. So it depends on what they get to play, but the problem is that they have had such a rocky little, like, towards the end there with the Bears not letting them play there, and they were like, yeah, we don't want you guys, like, it's, you know, the Bears are going to be here, and it was like, yeah, we never play on the same day, it's really not that big of a deal, like, just let us be there, and they were like, no. You're like, okay. So then they had to go to SeatGeek. It'll be better once that new stadium is finished.
Yeah, just right in time for winter season.
Yeah,
so.
But again, I think the way that they've built that out is, like, it has really huge sides and everything too. So I think it'll end up being similar to Soldier Field, where there's going to be some seats, depending on which way the wind is blowing, that are going to suck to sit in. And there will be some seats where everyone's like, I don't know what people were complaining about. This feels great. So, yeah.
Nice. Well, let's get into it tonight. Preston, do we want to stop by your comment corner first and see what's going on over there?
We can. We got one comment. Let me just double, triple check this. Yes, one new comment from @RyanDavid1277 says, I had such a great time with this game for part 1 of Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Yes, I can agree. I don't want to say pleasantly surprised, because like Christian has talked this game up for a while, so I kind of expect it to be pretty decent, but I do like it. Like a lot. If you want to listen to us and how we feel about it, make sure to check in later this week as we get into part 3, the finale. Get to hear our scores and everything. So check in on that later this week. Other than that, I did want to get in. I forgot it last week, but we'll put it in this week. These are games coming out in December, the final month of 2025. And I know we talked about this before as far as, I'm looking towards these other 2 games. There's one I completely forgot about, and we all forgot about. So let's get into it. In December, this one's already out, and I might even talk about it later on this week, but it's Marvel Cosmic Invasion. It comes out on damn near everything. December 1st. Assassin's
Is that a fighting game?
That is a beat-em-up game that has tag.
It's like
fighting.
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah. It's from the people who made.
I know
Shredder's
what a
Revenge.
beat 'em up is, but thank you for that.
You asked if it was a fighting game.
Well, because I haven't paid attention to the game. That's why I asked if it was. But Christian, you said no, it's a beat 'em up. Christian's like, it's like Shredder's Revenge. Like, I didn't know what a beat 'em up game was.
Sure. And to be fair, it is much more like Shredder's Revenge because it's made from the same people. Good pedigree behind it as well. I mean, that is out on everything, including like PS4 and Xbox One and the Switch One on December 1st. Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out on Switch 2 on December 2nd. Red Dead Redemption comes out on PS5, Xbox Series, Switch 2, iOS, and Android December 2nd.
What is it about Rockstar?
Original Red Dead? I don't know.
That can't.
Original
They just
Red Dead,
all they
okay.
do is like, hey, we have a new game coming out. And until this new game comes out, we're just gonna put every other game we've ever done on every other console.
Because
Even though it's 12 years
Naughty
old.
Dog, it's because people keep buying it.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have any
Insane.
native releases on the current gen stuff, so that's
It
why
doesn't,
they're doing it.
and so I'm sure.
But
that's
nobody
what they-
needs it.
People want it.
People keep
Some
buying
people
it.
want it,
like no
man.
one needs
Yeah.
Last of Us re-released 400 fucking times.
Yeah,
But they keep doing it. And people keep
4.5
fucking
of them.
buying it.
Moving on, Let It Die Inferno comes out on PlayStation 5, PC in December 3rd. Let's see here. Viewfinder comes out on Switch December 3rd.
Hey, that game's good. Go play that game.
Cult of the Lamb comes out on iOS
Huh?
December 4th.
He's talking shit. You're Preston?
I don't know.
said
I'm
don't-
distracted by
I
the
said,
cute
don't
puppet.
tell me. So don't tell me what to do when you said go play that game.
Hey, it's still on my backlog list. Here's the one that everyone forgot about when we talked about games coming out next year. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna, if there's anything left in this year. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond comes out on December 4th.
We're not gonna play that on Preston. I'd forget
Switch
about it.
1. It's on Switch
Well,
1.
Switch One.
Yeah.
That bitch gone.
That's fair. I'm sorry for your loss. You'll have to talk to Allie about playing her Switch 2. Let's see here. Moving on. Octopath Traveler 0 comes out on the systems. December 4th. Let's see. Anything else? Sonic Racing Cross Worlds comes out on Switch 2. December 4th.
Amazing.
Yeah. Rhythm Doctor Xbox Series X comes out on Xbox Series X, PS, and PC on December 6th. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 comes out on PS5 December 8th.
Wait, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 comes out 2 weeks before 2026.
Correct.
It's already been out though. They're releasing it on a new
Yes,
platform.
this is a Microsoft game that is coming over to the PlayStation consoles.
But there's going to be a new one like in March for everything
I don't
else.
know when the next one is, but I'm assuming it's next year.
I don't think so.
I haven't heard any announcements about a new one. Either way. Skate Story comes out on PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and PC December 8th. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut comes out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC December 8th. A game called A Game About Digging a Hole comes out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch December 9th.
Yeah, I don't think. Just looking it up, by the way, there's no. The
Nothing
only thing
announced
that's
for
ever
the
been
next
announced is
one.
this new one. Yeah, there's no new.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they do them? They do them yearly, don't they?
No, there's only
No?
been one.
They
other
just
one
drop it
since
and
this
then
one.
reiterate or add
Like
stuff
they
to
just
it.
spend it's like a Gran Turismo style thing. Like they spend a decade working on one, and they drop it, and they're like, "There you go, everybody. Here's your next 10 years." And then the people who love this flight simulator stuff are like, "Okay, this is my next 10 years," and they don't do anything else.
And they drop things like the Dune vehicle or the the Halo dropship vehicle. They
They
do
did that
drop
for this
things
one.
here
They
and there.
normally don't do that, but
Do they not?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so X was pretty. Flight Simulator X was pretty normal. It was just a flight simulator. It's pretty simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, simple.
Simple. Yeah. Flying a plane is simple. Unbeatable comes out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC December 9th. Super stoked about that. I haven't heard about this game in a long time. Montezuma's Revenge, the 40th Anniversary Edition, comes out on all the consoles December 10th. Mutant Football League 2. I'm pretty sure the guy who did the voiceover for NBA Jam does the voiceover for these games as well. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC on December 10th. For the Trekkies out there, Star Trek Infection comes out on the Quest 3 and PC December 11th. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader comes to Switch 2 on December 11th. And then
Maybe I'll finally get my Lex Imperialis review.
Yeah, no. Terminator 2D No Fate comes out on December 12th. I feel like I've said that before the previous month, so I'm assuming you guys pushed back to this date. And then lastly, the Rogue Prince of Persia comes out on Switch and Switch 2, December 16th. That, until we get the VGAs, is the GAs.
What was the game we all forgot about?
Metroid Prime
Metroid
4.
Metroid.
No one mentioned Metroid Prime 4 last time. I can't think of what we're going to play. I'm like, I want to play Unbreakable. I want to play Marvel. I'm like, yep, nothing else.
Well, I don't know. The previews that came out of that game before made me pretty apprehensive.
So
and then the reviews that came out today
embargo
nailed it down for me.
Really, because the embargo came out today, and the people that I listened to, I was getting like 4.5 and 9s out of 10s, and
it is getting rated. But the actual reviews are basically like they made a Zelda cross Metroid game, and that is not what I want out of Metroid.
I'm hoping
I might check it out, but it'll be not at a full price.
I'm hoping that all of these Nintendo fans and Metroid fans are so starved for Metroid content, even if it's not a great game, people are going to come out and call it like the greatest game of the year just to like push my fantasy score up. I don't care.
I mean, the league's already wrapped up, brother. I'm winning. I don't know. Like, there's nothing you can do about it at this point.
No, I'm not gonna win, but I would like to get a solid third. I'll take a bronze. I'll take a bronze.
I see.
I'm fighting for third right now. So.
Get what we can, right?
I just want the podium, Christian. Podium matters.
I hear you. Hey, I get you. I hear you.
Who wants to get into their weeks? Who wants to start things off?
I can start it off.
Yeah, go ahead.
So more Fallen Order on the Twitch streams. We got through the final section of Kashyyyk. And then we're going to be moving on. We're actually going to DotEmu next time, so we get to go hang out with Marin. Very excited about that. And then, played some the Marvel Cosmic Invasion. If you're a big fan of Shredder's Revenge, you would be a big fan of this. It is a beat 'em up, but it gives you like tag fighter style as far as you get to pick 2 characters when you go in. I think there's a total of like 12, somewhere around there, 12, 14, something like that. Normally, they as far as like the versions of some of these characters, are very cosmic version. You got Cosmic Ghost Rider. You got Beta Ray Bill as far as your version of Thor that you get. But it's all very fun. You get to pick 2 of those. You kind of bounce back and forth between them if you like, or if you can just use one to call in to do their things. I've played about an hour or so of it, not super deep into it, but it's pretty good. If you like Shredder's Revenge, you'll like this one a lot. I think even Travis came in to one of our chats that we were talking about, and he's like, if it's just half of what Shredder's Revenge was, he's like, I'll love it. I'm like, I'll give you about, from what I've played so far, about it's 3/4 as good as Shredder's Revenge. I think Shredder's Revenge is a lot of extra style. I think that going from, let's say, 5 to 6 characters to 12 characters leaves a little different. So as far as the story, what little bits I've got of it, each level has 2 characters that will show up in like your, not even animated, but like, hey, we have a 2D picture of these characters, and they talk a little bit about what's going on in this area. I've been like just choosing those characters just so I get like little different tastes.
Kind of like still images, you mean? Like
yes,
they just, like,
it pops up still images, nothing animation with the face or the mouth or anything like that. But it's got voice acting in there for each individual character. And I just
so like, did they try to do like a comic book panel thing? Like they're just like, boom, here's one panel of a thing happening.
From the few places or few levels I did, it's more of a it's either you get the full page thing to where it shows like the 2 characters kind of like, striding off into whatever level it is. And then if you get more stuff later on, it'll be like a little pop-up of like, the silhouette, not really silhouette, like, but like the portfolio or profile of person. And then their text is right there. No animation of that happening to that character, but like, hey, this is what they're doing in this area. If you go like to the Savage Lands, you're going to be playing as like a couple X-Men characters, something like that. So it's pretty good. I've been having really fun messing around with some of these characters. Beta Ray Bill, you throw the hammer, it stays there until you press that button again. So it's a real fun thing of like, I'm going to throw it over here in this corner, and I see this guy just bouncing on top of the hammer a couple times. Someone jumps in front of it, I can pull it back, it comes through, hits them. It was really cool. She-Hulk was very, very cool. She has a bunch of grapples. and a lot of like suplexes and like a lot of like wrestling like dive kick or dive punch moves type of deals. So it's a lot of fun. I think if you like Shredder's Revenge, you'll like this a lot. So far, it's not doing as much as Shredder's Revenge, but I don't think that's a huge detractor from it. Yeah, we'll see how I feel when I finish it. If I think it stands up to Shredder's Revenge, which I loved, absolutely loved. And so far, I'm having a lot of good time with this. So if you like Marvel, if you like beat 'em ups, I think it's a safe bet that you like Marvel Comic Invasion. And then played some Absalom with Christian. We had some pretty powerful runs going through there. I'm playing a little dwarf guy. I think his name is Carl or something. He has a very like basic English name. And you were playing the warrior. She's not an elf because
I was playing the big greatsword lady.
Big greatsword lady, yes.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but I did the big greatsword lady.
Yeah, a couple runs we get to like the first boss, which is like essentially the Skeleton King, and as soon as you start into that boss, like the music is a lot of like fantasy, like what you would expect from that kind of era stuff, and then you get to the Skeleton King boss, and it's the gentleman from Doom. As far as Rip and Tear. Mick Gordon. So all of a sudden you hear the guitars coming in and shit like they're like, holy fuck. It was great. It was epic.
It was so good.
It was really, really good. A couple more runs into it, and all of a sudden we are getting to what I think is like the second to last, if not almost like the last, like not main like boss, but like the boss before the big boss, the final one. And we had some good runs. A lot of them, like we're getting to the final boss of that section, and we have like no health. Like there's like no where we're getting this, guys. And we go through, we're dodging it just right, we're hitting just right, and we're able to revive each other too. So that helped out a lot. Also published by DotEmu, which is also the people who published Marvel Comics Cosmic Invasion. So they're having a pretty good past couple of weeks, I would say. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you're at all a fan of beat 'em ups, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, Absalom are definitely the top tier of that. I think Absalom plays better, but you're also, again, dealing with 4 maximum playable characters as opposed to 12. So it's a little different. Other than that, played a bunch of Arc Raiders here with the boys. We had a good time diving in and out, getting some pieces, getting some levels. That game still has a space like for rent in the back of my mind. Where I'm saying like, I kind of want to jump in there a little bit. I kind of want to get in there and explore this area. I kind of want to do this and that. It's just that game got me unexpectedly. I was expecting like I'll just play with my friends, as you guys have heard from like our Arc Raiders impression podcast. But after we played that one time, I want to get back in. I want to play some more with my boys. It was a really, really good time. Other than that, watched part 1 of the finale of the Stranger Things. It's fine. I don't know if
part one of the final season.
Yes, they have part 1 final season, and part 2 comes out the end of the month. I don't know, because I started feeling this a little bit.
Part 3 is New Year's, I think. There's 3 parts.
There's 3 parts? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's really...
But that third one...
It's really good. The third one, I think, is like 2 episodes.
also going to be in theaters, right?
Yeah, so I think it's suppressed. And it's like... the first one came out on Thanksgiving, and then part 2 comes out on Christmas. I think part 3 is right after, like, the week, like, New Year's Day.
Okay.
But I think they're doing a theatrical, like, final episode for that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
There's
2 parts.
They wanted to do a weekly release, and Netflix was like, no. Like, we're going to do it in parts.
I mean, to be fair, Netflix, doesn't they usually just dump out all their episodes of one season? Did they do that with the last Stranger Things seasons?
So.
Or do they do it? I don't think they usually do it weekly at all, unless it's, like, a part of a broadcast network.
Yeah, I think they wanted to, but yeah.
But they've been doing that with some other shows recently, to where it's like, here's part 1 and part 2 of this final season kind of deal. It's like, come on, guys, just make it. You let me know when it's done, and I'll watch all of it. And it's part 1, part 2 shit to keep people subscribing. You know.
Did you watch all 4 episodes?
Yes.
You thought it was just fine? I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I felt it was losing a little bit in the last season, but then some of that stuff in the last season just hit some real fucking good highs. And then you got, a couple of those characters aren't back. A couple of those characters may not show up until like the last of this season. And it's just 4 episodes, right? 4 episodes, and you get, your little cliffhanger, and then it waits for later this month. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit burnt out on this whole thing, and that, these kids are now like probably in their mid to late 20s playing high school kids now, and it's just some parts of it feel like, okay, Millie Bobby Brown's doing fucking 5 different shows and movies, so therefore all of her stuff are going to be filmed with Dennis Hopper in one location, and we're going to film everybody else doing their own thing over here, and it's just very disconjointed. It's not bad. it's just not hitting me with that season finale, like kind of like let's go, fucking let's keep moving, and just I don't know. I'm not feeling it as much, but also like I wasn't going into. I'm super excited for the season finale, of Stranger Things. I'm like I want to see it to its end, but I'll watch it. But it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of deteriorating from me a little bit too. So who knows? But you liked it. You're enjoying that final part 1.
Yeah, I thought. I mean, Allie and I went back. We watched all 4 seasons over the last month because it's been like 3 years since.
And how crazy has it been, like watching them grow, like in like 3 to 5 year increments each season?
I actually didn't notice. I haven't noticed it, to be honest. I mean, you can see it this season. It is what it is. I think everything makes a lot more sense watching it back to back. Like I think it's better when you can keep a consistent story because like there isn't such a long break. That might be why I'm liking the season better, but I liked the end of this part 1 a lot. I think the cliffhanger they left was really, really good. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it's good so far. Okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of like fine on it. Like I don't hate it. I'm not disgusted by what they're doing, but it's not grabbing me too hard. It doesn't need to. Yeah. It's not for me. I've seen a lot of this is why I hate the internet. I've seen a lot of negative reviews solely because people are like, I can't take their age seriously. Oh, that's fine. And I'm just like, okay, like they're the first 20-somethings to play high schoolers, and like that's what the whole CW network is based off of. Yeah, right. So like 20-year-olds play high schoolers. That's just how people film things sometimes. Yeah. Especially when your series goes on for, I don't even remember when the first season dropped. I would assume damn near 10 years ago. Probably. If I can guess probably.
It could be.
It's good. It's nice.
I haven't seen it yet. We're gonna watch it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Haven't touched any of it yet.
Nope. We were going to when we were snowed in, and then I don't remember what happened, but we ended up not doing it, and then yeah,
I think the first couple seasons are incredible, and I think it just loses a little bit. But the season previous, like the second to last season, I thought like did an incredible job, and some of the actors they had in there, I just like hit those real high notes for me. And, the Surfer Pizza guy is not there from the last season, so I'm like, it's kind of a bummer, but it's fine. Yeah. Okay. I'll go next. I have played. We talked about Arc Raiders. I agree with you, Preston. Like, there's a little bit of me that when I sit down in front of my computer to look at something else, like, there's that bit that's like, I should just play Arc Raiders. I could do it a couple drops. I could go in a little bit, just get some materials. It's fine. Yeah. So I am really enjoying it. I did play some by myself the other day, and I did have a pretty like interesting time. Everybody I ran into, like, nobody shot me on sight. Nobody shot at me at all, actually. There were a couple of fights going on, and I saw somebody get killed, and I went over and, like, scavenged his body after he was dead. But I don't know if that person pissed off the other people, or maybe that person shot first, because everyone else, like, I even ran by one of those guys that I saw in that fight, and was like, don't shoot! And people were just chatting. They're like, no, we're good. Like, you're fine. You're safe. Do your thing. There was one time... 2 times actually, where once I opened the elevator and hid, and a guy ran in the same room where I was while the elevator was opening to extract and saw me and hid with me, and we both like watched the door to make sure nobody came, and we extracted together. Then there was another time where I tried to steal somebody's extraction because I was being chased. So I saw the elevator going and it opened up, and I jumped in and like went to hit the button, and the dude just like watched me hit it and ran in there with me and just started dancing, was like, thanks for hitting it, sort of things. Like, solo, nobody is rude. Like, nobody, in my experience. Yeah. Well, no, I'm not saying nobody, but like, everybody I ran into, very anecdotal. Yeah. I had good experiences. Versus when we're playing together, everyone shoots. Everyone. Unless they're coming at you and like asking not to shoot, like, you shoot on sight because they will fuck you in the end. Yeah. We've only run into like one group that let us do our thing. Otherwise, like, everything is shoot on sight. Yeah. I played a little. I'm looking at the game. Like, I played some Monster Hunter Wilds with Christian. There's a new patch dropping, a new title update next week. So we're gearing up for that. That game is still fun. Like, I don't know. I hit a level today. It was like level 346 Hunter rank or something.
So I put so much time into it. But I'm
I was gonna
enjoying
say,
that one.
I didn't even know like you even have a glowing secret. Like your secret has like neon lights and shit on off it. Like it's.
That's from the summer event.
Was that from the summer event? Okay. Because like,
Yeah,
I
also,
I
I was
haven't
right. It's
seen that
December.
one
Yeah,
December 6th, the next week, is the showcase that they're doing for it. December 16th is when the update drops.
So they'll show us on the 6th. Okay.
I have a couple of skins, Preston, from the store as well, so I'm not sure which secret
That's fair.
if that's store or not, but you know. So yeah, so that game's still good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I have to do a few more fights because I need to finish a gear set before the event goes away in 4 days. So I'll continue to work on that. I hopped in Rematch, and they had this interesting new mode for Rematch, which is like they're essentially it's 3-on-3 with no goalie, and there's 3 goals on each side, but they're like short goals, and you can score in any one of them. But like anytime you make a consecutive pass, your like almost heat meter goes up, and you score more points per goal. But like the ball catches fire, and it's supposed to be this thing.
Oh.
It looked really interesting. I hopped in. I guess it's been going for a few weeks, and it's about to end in a couple of days as well. I queued for 2 of those matches, never got a single match make, and I logged out. And I'm just sad. Like, this game's dead. They might do something to revive it, but like I hopped in because I had like 2 weeks to get the rest of the battle pass done, and I can't get a game to play.
That sucks.
That sucks.
So like yeah, it's real sad because this game has so much potential for soccer fans and it's so well done, and like it's just a dead game. And maybe it's a live game in Asia, you know, in some of those other countries.
At the time
like,
they plays, yeah.
But if I can't, well, and not even that, but like the latency that you have, right,
sure.
with the game and the sort of like, it can't be done. So here anyway, it seems very dead. It's disappointing. I downloaded Warhammer because there's a new update, just like some packs for Warhammer, and I saw
the
email.
email.
And I was like,
There's a new mission, I think, too.
yeah, and I was like, well, I loved that game, so let's put that back on. And other than that, I played Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah.
It is Oblivion, for
Remastered?
better or worse. Yeah, like it is the same. Like, I've killed people, they die in goofy ways. I did something different I've never done before. So, like, I've done mages in this game. I've done, like, sword and shield. I literally have done nothing but level up strength, two-hand, endurance, and agility. And I just am not rocking a weapon. I'm just punching people in the face.
There's a machine.
Oh, okay.
And it is so funny. Like, even with the hours I put into it, I still make myself laugh. Like, I ran in an Oblivion gate the other night, and like one of those dinosaurs ran up on me, and I punched it, and you just see its head go like, bah, and snap backwards. It's just like, and right after it, like one of the Demora come run in, same thing. Like, I punch him, and he drops his weapon and like flails back, and I'm just like, that's very funny. Like, I am just a punching machine. So I'm having fun with it. It's just the downside is I started on my Steam Deck because I was traveling, and then came home to play it on my PC because the Steam Deck can't really handle it. It's not optimized for Steam Deck, and there's a lot of
crazy because if you played the original Oblivion, it would run like a dream on that.
Toss them out on that.
So strange.
Yeah.
There's a lot of texture popping, trying to like keep up with it, and then going in an Oblivion gate, totally fine. Coming out of an Oblivion gate, you know how it like kind of crumbles and like it explodes really fast. It almost crashes every time you come out of one. Like, it hangs, and you just look at it for a second, like and then it goes on. So I was like, I'll go play it on my PC. Well, Elder Scrolls games being Elder Scrolls games, they save the save
Well, this is
file.
not done by Bethesda, to be fair.
Well, whoever decided to do it keeps the jank, apparently. So the cloud saves don't just generally save like in your games folder. They save in your My Documents folder. And even though on my PC I can go into my I can see the saves. I can see my Steam Deck saves with my username, like my gamer tag and everything. the PC does not know how to go there through the directory to access them. So I can't load my game, my progress. So it's a known issue. It's a known issue. So, and then people are like, oh, we're working on it to fix it. It's like, this game's been out since like March, guys. Like, I don't know. You're not doing anything to fix it. So I guess it's just now a Steam Deck game, and I'll play it when I can play it, which is very sad.
That sucks.
And then I played Chronicles of Ivalice, so the tactics game.
Okay.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's fun. It's very well acted. It's a good, easy tactics game to get into so far because I'm early on. It's my only complaint about it is it's very dense. There's a lot of names, a lot of land, like I've had to go to the encyclopedia 3 or 4 times as you get the story and be like, okay, wait a minute, like who are we talking about? Like, where does this fall in the timeline of this 50 Years War? Like, who are you a liege lord to? Like, it goes very heavy into the medieval, like, knights type of lore with like liege lords and squires. So it's very dense, but it's good so far. So yeah, we'll see how that continues on. But I've been playing a lot. I've been dabbling a lot. But yeah, that's what I've done. So just a lot of little things. And I think that's what I'll probably do to the end of the year. Like, I would like to try and beat Oblivion and beat Final Fantasy Tactics if I can. And then everything else is going to be like Monster Hunter, Arc Raiders with you guys, Warhammer, just like the stuff I know and I've played.
Sure.
Like, no rush to get anything done. So.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
End of the year.
Yeah, I still want to get to Luminous, and I want to get to Ninja Gaiden 4 still. So I'm sure I'll get to those though. I'm almost finished with Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm like at the tail end of chapter 3.
How long is that game?
So
Like 20, 30?
it's like 30 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too long. If you do, there's like this sort of like endless mode that they added for this, and because they brought it over from one of the other releases for this remake. But it's where it's originally where the Palace of the Dead comes from, Alex. If that like for Final Fantasy 14, but that is like a massive sort of like roguelike dungeon that you take your characters through to try to do stuff and like get certain things done. If you try to complete that on top of the story, you're probably like 50 hours if I had to guess. Yeah, it's hefty. But it is completely optional and is not anything that you have to do. So it's just for people who just want like I just want more tactics.
More tactics,
That's it. So I'm almost finished with that. That's been really good. And then obviously Arc Raiders and Monster Hunter, like you guys were saying. And the only other thing that I've dipped back into is I popped on a fish back in Final Fantasy 14. So hopped on there and was catching up on some.
But
of the
that
stuff
was like an hour ago, so there's not really a big update to that one.
No, I'm just playing it. Yeah, whatever, dude. There's games we talk about that are like we've only played an hour in and we still bring it up. But yeah, so I'm gonna try. I want to catch up on all that and get that stuff going, especially because they did that. There's that. So the live letter is this Friday. So they're doing like their big announcement stuff for whatever is coming in the next patch for 7.4. And then they also have said that they're going to start detailing their plans. It might happen at this live letter or it might happen at the next one, but they said they're going to start detailing their plans for what this next expansion is supposed to look like, and also start detailing the like reborn again thing that they're talking about, which is like massive overhauls to a bunch of different systems. Allegedly, that's what he's like. What Yoshida said at the I guess the previous live letter. So we'll see if they say anything more about it. But the thing that he mentioned that I thought was very interesting was, so I'm hopeful. I would like to see them do more like mechanical changes for some of the jobs and like how roles work and everything. Like I'd like to see, because I really like I like how difficult everything was in Dawn Trail. Like, I thought that there was fights that Alex and I, and even like Travis joined us for some of those, I know too, where like they ask a pretty good amount of you in some of those fights. Like, I thought they nailed the sort of difficulty there, but there is something to be said about all the jobs feeling kind of samey, and like how everybody has to be doing damage to do this and do that. It's like I would rather have more defined roles and have certain things like sort of stand. But either way, so that's what I like to see. But what he mentions in his quote, and actually let me pull it up.
Do you think then, like, because I know Final Fantasy 14 is really good about being, if you just want to play by yourself, you can. So if you want to play a healer class, there's still plenty of stuff for you to do playing by yourself to obviously take down enemies and things like that. Do you think that kind of takes into account why all the jobs feel kind of samey?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just trying to make it so that it's easier for people to switch and be like, oh, cool, like, I might have to do something different here, but, like, I can still do certain things that I like to do this way or that way, or, you know, whatever it is. And I'm trying to see... And to your point, though, Preston, if I can find it... He mentions what he like. He says that he's like, I don't mean that this is going to be the thing that happens, but he's using it as an example, and it makes me feel like the game could be going in a direction. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be very interesting. Give me 1 second to find it.
Yeah, but them doing like the whole Reborn Again thing, I think that's kind of odd because I've been seeing, like, I don't play this game very much, but I have a couple people on YouTube that I watch that sometimes puts out updates, but they've been doing regular updates on, like, you know, how cloth works, how lighting works and certain things, how, you know, changing things as far as visually. Like, they seem to be doing that in increments as far as like, hey, we're going to update this, we're going to update that, this looks better, this now looks better, now, like, yeah.
So here we go. So he says that he's like, they're like, we're going to be rethinking the game from zero, which that makes me feel like there's a lot of stuff here. But then he's like, one of the examples, he goes, this is purely just an example, but imagine that when you log in, the game asks you, do you only have 2 hours to play? Do you only have 2 hours to play today? Do you want to get stronger today? Are you in the mood to enjoy the story today? And then based on your answer, the game suggests what you should do for those activities. Then he's like, one of the other things he mentions is MMOs are a genre built around investing a lot of time. True. But it was like, so I think that they don't fit very well in today's era. There are already many long-time veteran players who are way ahead of everybody else, and catching up to them requires an enormous time investment. Alex and I know that firsthand. And it was like, which many people simply can't manage. And I think it's unfair that a player can't experience the fun unless they invest hundreds of hours. And so, like, so that's those are the two main quotes from the thing that he said here, and it's like, I don't know. I'm like, I like the idea of seeing like what an 8.0, like him rethinking it from zero, like what that could potentially mean, and seeing that stuff. But like, if most people, and I guess, but that's the thing, is that I guess I don't know if it's most people, but if there's a lot of people who feel like the game is too simplified in certain ways that make it so that everything feels samey across the board, his quotes there make me feel like he's like, it needs to be simpler. Like, we need to make it even simpler. And I would, so who knows though? I don't know. But yeah, some of those quotes seem very strange. And then for me, I'm like, I also don't know what that means for the future. So like, Alex and I have played through 2 of the like end game grindy zones, which is Boja and then Eureka. And we did them in a backwards order because we were there for Shadowbringers when Boja launched, and so we were there for that one, but then we had to go back and do Eureka later. And Eureka was, I mean, damn near out. Like, if we put a time out, I feel like it was at least 6 months to 8 months, like end to end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, and so but to his point, like, that was a pain. But I also wouldn't trade those experiences. Like, I thought that, like, we had a blast
Well,
going through that stuff.
we bitched a lot about it, but
We
yes.
did. We complained about the grindy aspects of it, but like there was some really funny moments that happened, like when
Absolutely.
we were sitting there in chat and going back and forth with those, like some of those people, and dealing with this, or like if there was somebody who was being particularly scummy and we got into like a massive argument and it was like sparked this whole thing or whatever, right? Like there was those moments, and then to top it all off, when we went to the Ozma raid, and that was like truly an event. I wouldn't have, like, I was so happy when we were done with it, but I was like, man, this was like, I will always remember this whole set of circumstances. So the idea of getting rid of some of that stuff, it's like, I understand getting rid of the barriers for some of it, for sure, but then it's like, you know, how do you keep that part of it intact also, like the fun that can come from that stuff. So, but he also said that was purely just an example, and he was like, you know, who knows, like whatever. So it'll be more interesting to see what they actually come up with and how, because I saw some people who were like, I think that they're just saying this to build up hype, but that it's really just going to be like some minor system stuff, and that it really won't be like that big. But who knows? I mean, Dawn Trail was already like a huge departure, I think. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited. We'll see. Hopefully, we hear more on the live letter side. Trying to think if there is anything else. I did. So the other day in the League channel, we were talking, and there for the Fantasy League, and there became like a huge wave of nostalgia over the 360 and PS3 era, and like what all of that stuff, like just, you know, just that whole era in general. And it made me want to spin up my 360, and so I was like, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I did that, and then I got in there and I played. Hilariously, the first thing that I played was because the disc that was still in there, I loaded up Jet Set Radio Future, so original Xbox game, but I still have it on it, and so, you know, I did it through the 360, and that worked great. I played a bunch of that stuff. So the funniest thing though is when you load up, and I played some other 360 games, but when you launch that system now, so there's like, they've always, for the while now, their UI has always been like the little tiles, like the Windows 8 sort of tiles that the 360 had at the end of its life cycle. But now, beforehand, it used to just be like random ads that would be across the front, right? Like it would just be like, oh, here's like games that are coming out, or they would try to personalize it and be like, you know, if you were playing a bunch of, like, I don't know, like Dead Space or something, it would be like, yo, the new content pack is out, like go get it here, you know, whatever. Now, every ad on that console has been removed, and the only thing that's there is an ad to buy a new Xbox.
Like a Series
Amazing.
Xbox.
And yeah, it's like, hey, experience. It says something. It's like experience next gen, and then it's like pick the Series X or S now. Like go here, and it'll take you some. And I was like, I wonder what happens if you click on this ad. So you click on this ad, it loads up an Edge web browser on, or Internet Explorer, Edge, whatever it is, on the 360, and it takes like a million years to load, and when it finally does, it starts coming in the old like broadband style where it's like
Chunk,
chuck,
chunk,
chuck,
yeah.
chuck, chuck,
Old PlayStation store style, yeah.
Yeah, and then it has this whole thing, and I was just like, oh my god.
How far we have fallen.
I know, yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really funny when I got in there, because it's just like this one big ad now that's like, hey, you sure you want to upgrade your Xbox? It's like, I actually don't think that I do.
I'm good.
I don't.
You're right.
I'm wondering if there's a way, I'm sure there is. It's probably through custom firmware, but I would love to be able to keep. I wish that the last update that they would have done for the 360 is like from a UI perspective, it's just be like, just bring back the blades, man.
Choose
the old
your
360
era.
blades.
Which is your favorite
Yeah,
360
man,
era?
like,
Choose
just-
one of those, because we're not doing any more updates now. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't. But I've seen people who are like, they are, if you do custom firmware on it, then
You could probably
you
download
can
a
get the blades
version
back.
of a patch of the OS to where they still have that. To like, oh, you can still get blades by just downloading this version of the OS patch.
Yeah, the thing that I don't know is so for most consoles, custom firmware usually doesn't change anything for this perspective, but I don't know if it's the same for 360. But if I were to get like a custom firmware on it and do that, I wonder if how that works for physical games, because a lot of the games back then, like
Might once
Preston,
you
you'll
update
remember
it to a
this.
certain point.
Yeah, well, you'll remember this, Preston, because I know you had the PS3 at launch and it did this a lot, and 360 did this sometimes too. But they would put the firmware updates on disk.
Oh.
And so, like, if you put in a game and then it was like, hey, this game requires like this level of firmware.
It'll download
you
the
could
firmware
download
for you. Yeah. So if you put in a new game
from there,
you might get fucked by them downloading
a lot of
new
some
firmware.
people,
Yeah.
right? Well, or some right, or but there'd be some games that would be checking for that firmware to like see if it could run, and then you might not be able to because of a custom firmware thing. I'm sure the custom firmware people have figured that out. I just was interested.
It's
I
very
don't know.
complicated.
So.
Probably.
But yeah, I was looking at that game, or I was looking at that console, and I had 2 JRPGs that I had not played that I was like, depending on how fast I get through Ninja Gaiden 4, I was like, maybe I go back and like check these out. And one of them is Blue Dragon, which I really want to check out, which is yeah, and that one is a Sakaguchi game that he did before Lost Odyssey, which is one of my favorites. But I wanted to check that one out. The other one is I had it and I was like, maybe I go back and see if I can finish this game and like see what it's about. But it was Final Fantasy 13, and I was like, man, do I go
make it a game club game and I'll play it with you?
It's a very pretty game.
On Steam.
Might as well.
Dude, okay, look,
I played an hour.
I
of it.
am not
I bought it on
I
release
am not
date.
opposed to doing that game, but that is a JRPG that we'd be signing up for.
60-hour game, yeah.
As a long one, so before I pull that trigger, I want everybody on board, because if I did that and then everyone's like, oh, here we go, 10-parter, I'm gonna be like, this is not my fault. You guys said.
I bought it on Steam. I have the base version, like the base game.
Yeah. I know you bought it on Steam for like the rainy day thing, but I have like ages ago I had it on 360, like, because that was the original console that I got it on.
That's where I played it too,
Yeah.
and I got to disc 2.
Yeah.
I got into disc 2, and then eventually gave
Really?
it back.
I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
I'm with Preston. I was out way before disc 2.
No, I got into disc 2 out of 3, and I never finished it.
No, there's only 2 discs.
Is there? I thought there's 3.
No,
Okay.
there's 2 discs.
I got into disc 2 towards the beginning. It's never finished.
Might be enough to put on that list. All right.
All right. Well, who knows? We'll see. Either way. Well, then maybe I won't do it. Maybe I'll just do Blue Dragon then, for sure. But either way, yeah. But me getting on that, my whole point was me getting on that console. I was like, man, this era between that and the PS3, I'm like, this era was really good. Also, totally not random sidetrack, but I was testing out all of my original Xbox games that I have, because I have most of the ones that I want. And they all work perfectly on the 360. Do either of you have a need? I know, Preston, you have, but do either of you have a need for an original Xbox?
Oh, I got one.
No? Do you, Alex?
Do you have an extra one?
Well, I don't need it, because all of these games work on the 360. Yeah, that's why I remember you had one. But I have all the ones that work on this 360, and so I'm like, there's not any other original Xbox games that I want.
Unless you just want to have a really cool looking fucking thing that has a giant X and a little lime green circle in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah. You want it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right,
he's got the
all right.
nostalgia hair
Also-
now, so he kind of, yeah.
I know, which is that's why I'm offering.
Also, here's my analog box right here for the analog
Hell
64.
yeah.
It finally came in.
Did it show up? Did you get a chance to use it?
No, because I don't have one of the controllers for it. So my N64 controller, because I bought the mod kit, should be here tomorrow or Thursday. So I turned it on. I put a game in it and I turned it on, and it's like, hey, we're here, like, welcome. And they're like, pair a controller, and I'm like,
So plug and play for
Yeah.
original N64 controllers?
I don't have an original 64 controller. That's what I ordered.
Oh, I figured you just would
Interesting.
have gone off to a used game shop nearby and be like, give me that one off the fucking thing.
I would have if it wasn't Thanksgiving weekend. I'm not going
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Right.
We got a deal
So
for everybody.
I know. I probably would have. So I just got on eBay because I'm lazy, and I ordered one. And then from 8-Bit Dough, instead of buying like their 64 controller, I bought their 64 mod kit. So it goes into the OG. It updates the Rumble Pack, but it also updates the joystick to Hall effect, and it makes it Bluetooth. So like, yeah, it has 4 ports on the front for plug and play, and that's what I'll do first to make sure it works, and then
Sure. Fair enough.
I'll go
Put the mod kit in.
two things. So yes, I'll take it because to Press's point, I do have the nostalgia bug. The second thing is, I was right. Xbox 360 version of Final Fantasy 13 does require 3 discs. I made it to disc 2.
Does it really? I thought it was 2 discs. Interesting.
I wonder, is there one that's just like just install and then you put disc 2 into play? Who knows? I don't know. We'll look that up.
Maybe.
We'll check that out later.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways.
I've done my retro game
though,
shopping for both of you, so.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, I'll do that. But I have seen, so people have been posting the review, like they've been getting that Analog 64 and people have been posting the reviews. Dude, yeah, it has been universal across which to be fair, Analog has always done good products, so shout out to them for keeping that train going. But I saw people's footage of it and I was like, damn. And the best part is, I didn't actually realize this from the thing, but it is it's able to accept both regions of N64,
That's
so you don't
very
actually
cool.
have to do anything
Yeah.
to get the Japanese carts to work. You just shove them in and they work, which I thought was fucking
Very
awesome.
dope, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. That's worth it.
It is.
To pick
It
one
is.
up.
It is hooked up. It's in the entertainment center now. Like I said, I was doing tracking today because it said the controller would be on the 3rd.
So,
but when I
review
tracked
next
it-
week.
So I'm hoping.
All right.
I hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I measure like I got the right shelf just to make sure it worked, so I can now fit the Game Shark and the game on top of the Game Shark underneath the 2 shelves. So
Nice.
we're good to go. We're good to go.
All right, cool. So then we'll coordinate for the original Xbox
Yeah.
situation. We'll get that going. Sweet.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's our weeks. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody. Don't forget that later this week we will have. I'll kill you.
No, you won't.
Later this week, we will have part 3, the finale of Enslaved Odyssey to the West. And then don't forget to check in with Preston as we are back on. I mean, we're still on that Star Wars Sunday.
We on that thing.
here.
Yep.
We're on that thing. So check in there, but we will be back at you next week. Thank you for hanging out with everybody. And with that, Preston, you know what to do.
Hit it. Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.